Now, before we dig deeper into how filtering works at a deeper level, what exactly is happening behind the scenes, and how can we combine and twist all these things together to make complicated operators, and how do these parentheses actually work? All of those questions will be answered in due time. I wanted to show you something else, and I wanted to pose it in a question. What if? What if you want to filter everything but something? What if you have so much data that you're saying, I want everything but this one thing. I want all of the credit cards except these ones, not these ones. Or you say, I want everyone except the person that has this name. How are we going to do that? Because right now, what we've seen is and allows you to chain when you filter. It allows you to filter down into specifics, or allows you to venture different paths. It allows you to say, well, filter this or filter that and show me the results of both. And combining them allows you to create these crazy strong filterings. But again, what if? What if you want to filter everything but something? There must be a keyword for that, right? The not keyword. You can say select first name and gender from users where the gender is not equal to male. Now, gender is a very, very simple example because you only have a limited set of options. So in that pool, it becomes easy for you to, for instance, use an and. But let's say that you were going to filter by age. Well, now suddenly you have a large age range. You could say, I want everyone but this age group and this age group. I don't want to see them. I don't want them in the results. And so the larger the pool of potential options is, the stronger the not keyword becomes because it's an exclusion. Where and works as an inclusive filter, not is saying, well, don't put these in. I don't want these. And so with that, we know now that you have and, or, and not. And the combination of these three together can create very, very powerful filtering queries. And that's what we really want here. We want to master this where clause. Now, I've shown you very, very complicated things with the filter. And don't let it scare you off, because at the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish here is we're trying to layer our knowledge like a cake. And by trying and learning these things and by implementing them in phases, you will be able to create complex filters over time. Now, you may ask yourself, well, but Mo, you showed us like these parentheses and the way the and keyword works, and it's a lot. It is, but one step at a time. We know now that we have the and keyword. We know now that we have the or keyword. And now we know that we have this keyword not that is going to remove things from the results that we don't want. And each of those pieces individually allow us to create filters that can answer questions. Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to answer questions. We're trying to get results based on real world questions. We want an outcome out of these questions. And the queries drive that outcome. We want to understand what's coming out of our data. And although all of our exercises are simple in nature, the core premise here is to really understand the nuance of these keywords. And by understanding that nuance, eventually, when you're posed a difficult question, you'll be twisting and combining and using parentheses all over the place. Don't worry about that just yet. That'll come. But the core principle here is to understand what each and every one of these keywords does. So the not keyword removes results. That's what we're getting at. So let's do a quick exercise on the store database. And let's do it filtering with the not keyword. Now, our exercise is how many customers aren't 55? So this again is combining multiple things we've learned so far. So let's go ahead, pause the video here, go and try out that not keyword and see what result you get. All right, so let's jump right into it. If we go over here to our database, we can see that all of our ages in the customer database are numbers. which is great because that's what we want to filter on. And we can already see here someone's 55, and we don't want them in our search results. So let's go over to the scheme editor and let's start a query. Now here you can see my previous query still. Let's remove that real quick. So let's just do a quick select age from, and then let's do customers. Let's execute that. Okay, we got our ages. Here's the naughty 55-year-old that we don't want in our search results. Cool. So we know now where not, and then age equals 55. Let's execute that. Boom. No more 55-year-olds in our search results. It's that easy. We have 53-year-olds, we have 54-year-olds, but we don't have 55-year-olds. We've removed them from the result set. And how did we count again? Well, you could scroll down, but there are quite a few search results here. So let's do a quick count of age, and let's see how many people are not 55 years old. 19,716 customers are not of the age 55. And we can even change this, and we can say, and not age equals 54. Let's remove all the 54-year-olds. And if we execute that, smaller result set. Well, let's try 20. How many would be end up with then? 419. So this way we can keep removing pieces of the result set. And that's what the not keyword does. It's super powerful in that regard. And the ability for us to use it to filter down our search results based on things we don't want, because with the and or, we went the approach of we want these sub results. We want to know all of these specific things. But sometimes you want to go the opposite route where you just want to remove things that you don't need. And that's where the not keyword becomes very powerful. So with that said, you may ask yourself, well, we saw how to do not 55, but what if we wanted a range? What if we wanted a range of ages? Well, that's where we can use the comparison operators. And let's go look at those real quick.